Hey, welcome back, you guys. How's it going? I know we can't actually talk, so you don't technically have to answer that. I have excruciating cramps. However, I had an idea to tell you guys about two of the worst boyfriends I ever had before I found out I was, so we're just gonna switch accounts because I don't prepare for anything.
We know you don't prepare, so that is why you are filming videos in advance, dum dum.
But I did prepare to tell this story because if I don't, it'll be very stressful. Anyway, so I'm gonna be changing their names, by the way, because if they find this, because they both have me on Instagram, one of them is transitioned, for the premise of the story, I will be using he, him pronouns because at the time I was dating her as a male. Yeah. Alright, so in grade 9, very beginning of grade 9, mind you.
Thought I would show you what I looked like in grade 9 because that is not this anymore.
I met this boy. Actually, first, before we met this boy, I met my friend Abby, and me and Abby were sitting down picking the guys we thought were attractive, picking them, and I was like, that one's cute. And so we started making plans to date them or whatever. So
I'd like to state the fact that I literally had to pick somebody that I found attractive. Couldn't just think about it. Or I had to think about it, I couldn't just see it. This is a lot about your sexuality, doesn't it?
basically what happened was, what should I call him? Carl. So Carl and I sat next to each other in our religion class one day, and I ended up getting his snap from him, or I think my friend got his snap from me. I don't really remember. But he wasn't technically my first kiss, but he technically was. It's complicated. We're not gonna talk about that. However, we went to this camp thing, my entire school, all 102 of us, and we were like, okay, so we're gonna kiss after a month and a half of knowing each other. Because that's what you do with boys, for some reason. Anyway, so I was really nervous, blah, blah, blah. He's playing basketball, and I just kind of walked away. And I walked up this little thing because I saw these cabins, and I love cabins. They're okay, a cabin is a cabin, but with a tent door. That's the best way to explain it. So, I walk up there, and we were talking, and he kissed me or whatever, and then we went back down. Oh, I can't believe I kissed men. We went back down, and everything was chill. I took his hoodie home after the trip we went on. I think I still have one of his hoodies. It's fine. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I took one of his hoodies, and I don't think I ever gave it back. So one day me and him are talking, we're on FaceTime. I think someone's home. No, but we're on FaceTime, and he was this is after God, every day at lunch he wanted to go outside and he wanted to make out every single lunch, and I was like, boy. At first I liked it, but then I didn't. But and while we were kissing, I was I'm bored. I was bored. I felt nothing. Anyway, so we're kissing, whatever, every single lunch for 45 fucking minutes. 45. So we're kissing and whatever. And after oh, I don't know, almost a month of dating, we were talking on FaceTime, and he was like, oh, come to the forest with me, and I was like, I'm not really comfortable doing that. Like, I don't trust anyone. Like, I would not go in. Like, I'm not stupid. I know what boys want to do a lot of the time when you go to a forest alone. And so, like, a couple days goes by, and he's like, we need to talk. And I was like, swaggy, okay. So he breaks up. So he, like, took me behind the shed, and he, like, broke up with me. Whatever, didn't care. Was gonna break up with him a couple days later, when we had a long weekend, so I didn't have to see him. So, oh, excuse me. So we're like walking in, and he's like, before we walk in, he, like, grabs my hand dramatically and was like, he kissed me, and, like, not just a goodbye kiss, it was like a full on, like, tongue kissing. And I was like, anyway, so everybody starts hating me after this. I don't really know why, other than the fact that rumors were spreading about me, that I, like, slept with him, that I sent him nudes, stuff like that, which I didn't. And he was this, so he ended up telling people that I was asking him to come to the forest, and he kept saying no, but it was the other way around. So, like, yeah, whatever, it blows over. Like, all my friends that I had hated me for a good chunk of time. There was this one time, I was so hungry when this happened, by the way. It was just before, like, second last period, so, like, third period, and we were, like, making out against the wall, because that's what teenagers do when they're sexually confused. Anyway, so, like, I was bored. I wanted to go inside and eat before science class, because you can't eat it in the science room. You can't eat in the science room. Pins me up against the wall, and then I'm like, okay, bell rang, first bell rang, so, like, the 5-minute warning, we have to go. No, just stay here. Pushes me harder up against the wall, and I'm like, okay, we can go in, can we go in now? And he's like, yeah, just after this kiss. And I was like, okay. So he does it again, and I was like, and then, like, I, like, get out from, like, whatever, and then as we're about to go in, he, like, grabs my hand, and he's like, one more, and then he kisses me one more time. We go inside. It was just like, whatever. I didn't know that wasn't normal at the time, though. Whatever. So yeah, that's the first, like, grade 9 boyfriend that I had. And then there was Carl and Kyle. So Kyle, I chose Kyle. So Kyle, I met him at summer camp when I was in grade 8, like, just finishing up grade 8. Like, finished grade 8 going into grade 9. I met him at summer camp, and he started liking me there. I did not, but anyway, so we, like, reconnect, we start talking after, and I'm like, oh, I like you. And then he was like, oh, I don't want a relationship right now. And then he's like, oh wait, we can give it a try. And I was like, cool. And then he didn't, and then he did. And so while we were dating, he would, like, I got my phone and, like, iPad or whatever taken away a lot for grade 9. So one time we were, like, I just had my iPad, and he's like, oh, I wish you could, like, talk more or something like that. I was like, yeah, I know, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember the exact conversations, but I was not in a good mental place, and he wasn't in a good mental place. It just wasn't healthy at all, but he literally said to me a couple of times, if you ever leave me, I think I will kill myself. And I was like, okay. And then on, like, a couple occasions, my friend was talking to him, like, texting him, and was like, oh, well, what did he say? Oh, I finally got an opportunity to FaceTime him, for the first time in forever, and when I did, he said, oh, I was either like first time in forever able to FaceTime him, or it was first time in forever. Sorry, I'm like looking over there because it's, I don't know. I was like able to actually text him, and he was like, oh, like I'm playing a game right now, like I can't talk, or I don't want to talk. And I was like, cool. And so like I told my friend that, and he messaged him and was like, they're kind of really hurt about that, dude. And then he like called me freaking out, apologizing, like, are you gonna leave me, blah blah blah. So like he was freaking out, doing whatever, and I was like, I actually had my older sister call and break up with him for me, and he's like, is this serious? Like, are you being serious? I was like, yes, I'm absolutely serious.
Make it sound stupid, I got back with him one more time after this, and that didn't last very long, but you know.
Whatever, because I was done feeling like if I didn't text him, he was gonna get mad, or if I didn't, but like whenever he was playing a game, I was supposed to just like shut up and leave him alone, essentially. Yeah, like I saw him 2 times in person before I broke up with him, and like it just wasn't it. Yeah. But you know, it is what it is, and don't date toxic men that say they're gonna kill themselves if you leave, or don't stay with men who decide that go back and forth between if they want to date you or not. I left some parts of the story out, by the way, just because it's like privacy to me and the other person, because me and Kyle are like chill now. Kyle is now a Carlette. Kylette? I don't know. Anyway, they're chill now. But yeah, it is what it is. Moral of the story: don't date men. Only date women and non-binary babes. Anyway, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.